Hey guys, so in this video what I'm going to show you how to do is basically use the terminal or the command prompt on your computer. I'm going to be using a Mac for this, but I mean things are going to be working the exact same way on Mac, Windows, and Linux devices. So to get started, if you're using a Mac, just go to the top right corner, click the magnifying glass, and it's going to basically give you the spotlight search right here. We're just going to type in terminal, press enter, and this right here is the command line. And if you're on Windows, I think on the bottom left corner is the little search bar. Just type in CMD or command prompt and open that up, and you're going to get a similar window, which is the command line on Windows computers. And so to get started, let me just basically explain to you what the terminal or the command line is. And it's basically just a way of navigating through all of the files and folders on your computer. So in the same way that you have, the Finder on a Mac, which is this thing right here, and you can go like through your desktop, downloads, and just any folder in here, and you can like go through everything on your computer. So like if I click here, now I can see all the files within that folder. On the bottom it shows me the path to get there. We can also use the command line to do that. So the first command that I'm going to go over is called pwd, and what that stands for is print working directory. And this command has a very simple purpose. It just tells you what folder or directory that you're currently in on the computer. For example, if I type it in right now and just say pwd and I press enter, it says users/gata7. What that means is that the terminal is currently at that specific directory within the computer. So in the same way that if I open up the Finder and I go, down here, I press use MacBook, Macintosh, and I go here to users and then click this. So this folder that I'm in right here is the exact same place that the terminal window is currently at. Let me just kind of get these side by side. And so, pwd is very simple. Like I said, it just shows you where you are. And it's a very useful command in case you're deep in the terminal, you have no idea where you're at. So the next command that I'm going to be going over is called ls. And what ls does is it lists all of the directory contents of the folder that we're currently at. So if I run it right now and I press enter, it lists a bunch of things, and as you can see, all of these folders and files that it listed out are the exact same things that are in the Finder window. So here it says applications, here's applications, and we've got the desktop. So it lists the exact same things that you would see within the Finder window, and it just lets you know what's in that folder using the terminal. And so now that we have all the files and folders listed out, we can actually go from the current directory that we're at into a new directory that we just listed. For example, if I want to go from the folder that we're currently in inside of desktop, I'm going to use a new command, which is called cd. And what cd does is it essentially changes the directory, which is why it's called cd. So if I just type in cd and then I type in the name of the folder that I want to navigate to, I'm just going to say desktop, and just make sure that you type it in exactly how it appears up here, because it is case sensitive. So if I try doing it with lowercase d, it won't work. But now if I type in, I press enter, nothing really printed back. But if I use pwd from earlier, now it's going to say the same thing, but it has desktop attached to the end of it. And now if I run ls, it's not going to give us the same output as before of all this stuff. It's going to give us all the things that are inside of the desktop folder. So right here in the Finder, if I go to desktop, so we've got like some screenshots and stuff. So if I go up here, and we got these same exact screenshots and just a bunch of other random files. And yeah, so that's basically what ls does, what cd does, and what pwd does. ls lists things out, pwd prints the directory that we're in, and cd helps you navigate around. And so just like we went from the first directory into the desktop, you can go from the desktop into any of the folders within the desktop. So let's say, for example, I want to go to like C projects, right? So if I just type in cd and C capital P projects, and here's another like little fun fact about the terminal: if you just press tab after you typed in part of what you're trying to type, it'll basically autocomplete the rest. So that's a little, life hack for you. Press enter. Now if I just want to double check it, I type in pwd, it says we're in the desktop, and then C projects. And now if I type in ls, it tells us everything within the C projects folder. So now you might be like, okay, what the heck, like who cares if the terminal can navigate around if I can just use the Finder and do the exact same thing? But like one of the use cases of the command line is that you can actually run code from it. So in the same way that like, maybe you use Eclipse or PyCharm or VS Code for, for all your programming, maybe you guys have like a run button that just kind of compiles it and runs it for you. Well, you can actually use the terminal to do the exact same thing. So as you can see, we have a bunch of C files in here. So let's say, for example, that I wanted to just run like hello world.c. So I could type in gcc and then hello world.c, use tab to autocomplete that, and then press enter, and it's going to compile it for us. And then as soon as that's complete, we can run it from here as well, which is just /a.out. With this, you don't really have to know like the exact syntax of this. I'm just showing you one of the use cases of the terminal. If I press enter, it prints out hello world. I just forgot the \n on that inside the code itself. But yeah, so that's basically what the terminal can do. I mean, you can run the code from it. You can navigate between files and folders on your computer, and it's just a very useful way of navigating throughout your computer. So now you might be wondering, okay, so we went from the desktop into C projects, but how can I go the other way around? How can I go back to the desktop from the C projects folder? And to do that, it's very, very simple. Just type in cd and then space dot dot. The dot dot is basically just means back. So if I press enter, if I type in pwd, as you can see, we are back inside of the desktop. So yeah, I mean, this was a pretty short video. I just wanted to go over some of the basic stuff that you can do with the terminal, just show you how to navigate around it, a couple of the use cases. In future videos, I'm going to show you a few more useful things that you can actually do with it. But these are the bare essentials that everyone really needs to understand before getting a lot deeper into everything that the terminal can actually do. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions, just drop them down in the comments below. If there's anything you want me to go over in future videos, just again leave a comment. I'll try to get to them and I'll try to make a video about that as soon as I can. Like the video if you found it useful, subscribe, turn on notifications to stay updated with the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.